behalf of Edelweiss Securities, I welcome you all to the Q3FY18 results conference call of NBCC. Today, we have with us from the management side, Dr. Anup Kumar Mittal, Chairman and Managing Director of the company, Mr. Yogesh Sharma, Executive Director, Business Development, and Mr. V.K. Chaudhary, GM Finance. I would now hand over the call to the management for their opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to all of you. This call is after the results of Q3, which NBCC has published on 13th of February. And you know the numbers. Otherwise, I will read a few numbers for your reference. Revenue from operations consolidated figure for this financial year for Q3 is 1511. That is minus 11% in comparison to last year's same quarter. And profit after tax is 68.34 crore against 64.44, which is 6% higher than the last year. PAT margin has increased this year. PAT margin for this quarter is 4.89% against last year's 3.36, which has increased by 45%. And similarly, consolidated figures for 9 months are, of course, there is a decline of 8% in revenue, 4395 against last year's 4789%. And profit after tax has increased, that is 221 against 158 crore rupees last year, which is 39% higher than last year. And profit margin has also increased 52%. And primarily, the profit has affected NBCC because of only one reason, that we have considered the pay revision which employees got, and because of that, there is about 34% increase in quarter against the employees' costs. And if we talk about 9 months, that has increased by more than 70 crore rupees. And as far as income is concerned, the decline is because of accounting policy. Now we are not taking any indirect taxes in our income after introduction of India's 8 and GST. So these are the basic reasons. And as on date, company's order book is more than 80,000 crore rupees. And there are a lot of orders which are in pipeline. And on implementation and execution part, number of big projects we have started in last 9 months in this financial year. One is Pragati Maidan, which is about 2,500 to 2,600 crore rupees project that has started with completion period of 24 months. It means this project will be over by, say, October 2019, and this coming financial year will get, huge amount of income from this project as well as profit. Similarly, a project of World Trade Center in Delhi, Nauroji Nagar, about 2,500 crore has also started with similar timelines. There is a project in Maharashtra irrigation project, more than 1,000 crore rupees, that has also started. Then 2-3 more projects we are starting in coming month, that is Netaji Nagar and Sarojini Nagar. And every month I am expecting at least 1,000 to 2,000 crore rupees projects will start at ground. Now the floor is open for question and answer, and all of you are welcome to put your question.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may please press star, then 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star, then 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. To ask a question, please press star, then 1. We take the first question from the line of Utsav Mehta from Ambit Capital. Please go ahead.
Ply Mangal.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for taking my questions. Sir, my first question is just wanted a status update on the sale of commercial property for the 3 redevelopment projects. We had sold one tower back in, I think, June or July. Have there been more sales since then?
After June, July, in December, again we sold around 300 crore properties. Now, before March, one more round of properties will try to sell. So every quarter, we are targeting 500 to 1,000 crore rupees property in Narojinagar, which is supposed to be sold.
Okay, so the 300 crore of property sold in December, so what was the area for that?
Area is approximately 1 lakh square feet, approximately, maybe 90,000 square feet.
Okay, so just curious as to why we didn't go for auctioning off the entire tower like we did the first time.
See, sorry, yes, please.
So, is it to just to sort of space out the cash flows, or?
There are 2 reasons. One is space out the cash flow. Second is we should not put more area in market. You know that we all know that whatever we say, that the real estate market is not as aggressive as used to be couple of years ago. So, I mean, as a strategy, we are putting 300 to 500 crore rupees properties for sale at a time.
But the realization for this batch of property was pretty much, I think it works out to be around 30,000 rupees a square feet. Is that correct, ballpark?
Yes, more than 30,000.
Okay. And sir, also wanted to understand the status on the 3 AIMS projects. When do we expect to kick them off?
You see, one project, redevelopment project, will start ground in the month of April, and within a week's time, you will see the tender for appointment of contractor. So, I mean, everything is approved. So that work will start in April. And
this is the trauma center one?
No, this is redevelopment of Ayurvigyan Nagar next to Ansar Plaza and Andrewsganj.
Right.
So after this, we'll come up with another project, that is Ansari Nagar, and third will be trauma center. Trauma center approval is now in process with government. Okay.
And East Delhi Hub?
East Delhi Hub, you see, East Delhi Hub is pending since last couple of years, maybe 2 years, more than 2 years or 2.5 years. And the only reason is that transit-oriented development policy, which we call TOD policy, has not been approved by government. And we are not starting this work because we are getting advantage of more than 30 to 40% extra FAR because of TOD policy.
Okay. And this will also be a redevelopment project, the East Delhi Hub, or is it a mix?
East Delhi Hub will be, I mean, greenfield project. There is no old structure there, number one. Number two, but the project will be on self-revenue generation like we are doing Kidwai Nagar or Naroji Nagar, where money will be generated by sale of residential apartments. And extra money will go back to government.
Okay. And sir, one question on the EBIT margins in the PMC segment. We've seen now 6 quarters running that EBIT margin has been in double digits. Whereas I think my understanding was that our share of any revenue recognized is typically close to 8 to 10%. So just wanted to understand what is leading to a sustained high EBIT margin in that segment. And in the coming years, where do you expect that number to settle down at?
You see, the reason for increase in EBITDA margin in PMC segment is that prior to this 6 month period which you have mentioned, we were taking our margin concurrent to progress of work, right?
Right.
But, for example, if we have taken up a project of say 1,000 crore rupees with a fee of 8 to 10%, so our margins were coming every month along with the execution of work. Suppose we are doing 100 crore rupees work in particular month, we were getting 8 or 10% out of that. But our preparatory work expenditure like consultant expenditure, our overheads expenditure prior to start of project, actually at ground, were not getting from the client. And we were spending that money from our own sources. So that was not a true reflection of, profit and loss. Then we approached our client that, look, we have to spend some money on preparation of design, DPR, preparatory work, soil testing, etc. And that is ranging from some 1% to, in some cases, 2% even more. So in new contracts, they have agreed to bifurcate that 8 or 10% margin in two parts. One part, about 2% we are getting at the time of approval of everything. So which is generally practice everywhere. Unfortunately, our predecessor never thought of this, that we should demand this money. Otherwise, in consultancy, everybody is taking advance money for the doing all these works. Whereas we were taking money at last stage. So now these changes has attracted this kind of figure in profit and loss.
Okay, so this is not just a compensation for your cost, but this also would probably have a very high profit margin associated with it, because you're taking 2% upfront, but the cost would not be very high because this is mostly engineering work.
Very correct, very correct.
Okay, understood. Sir, I have a few more questions, but I'll come back in the queue. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Ravi Naredi from Naredi Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello, Anuj
Ji.
Our order book is too much high, but our education is not coming. As compared to previous year, our top line is down, our bottom line is down. So will you tell something concrete when something will happen in the company?
You see, first reason for coming down top line is not because of slowing down in execution. That is because that we are not taking indirect taxes in our income. That is one reason.
Okay.
In comparison to last year. Say,
Right.
for example, last year our turnover was 6,200 crore. That was inclusive of approximately 18 to 20% of indirect taxes.
Right.
But as per new or revised accounting policy and GST, now we are not taking this provision of indirect taxes in our income. So that straightway 18 to 20% turnover has gone down in last 6 months, 7 months.
Right.
Number has gone down, not actual work. If you compare in same ratio last year, you will see that there is an increase of 10% or 15% in turnover. That is one reason.
Right.
But it will not satisfy you and me both in comparison to our order book.
Right.
Our order book is say 70,000-80,000 crore rupees. Now,
Right.
last 3 months or 4 months, I will say, you must be hearing from me also, and you must be aware that we have started few big projects which we bagged in last 1 year, like Naroji Nagar we have started. We have started Pragati Maidan. We have started irrigation project. We have started, IIT or some other projects. So if I count how much project we have started in last 6 months, that figure is about 10,000 crore rupees.
Okay.
This is never happened in this company that 10,000 crore rupees projects have started at ground.
Right.
And next is that 10,000 crore rupees projects will be completed in 2 years' time as per our contract. Some projects will complete in 18 months, but maximum 24 months. So if you take it average 24 months, So I should get at least 4,000 crore rupees to, plus amount additional turnover every year.
Okay.
This is present situation. But
Right.
not stopping here. Now we are starting few more projects like Netaji Nagar, Sarojini Nagar, and other projects also. So you will see in next 6 months, you will see that another 5 to 7,000 crore rupees works or more than that are also started. So now target is to start at least 10,000 crore rupees projects every 6 months. This figure has to be increased in subsequent years. So once you will start the project, definitely turnover will come and profit will also come.
Okay. But our order book is so huge, 80,000 crore. You are talking about 10,000 crore. So what about other remaining projects?
I am saying 20,000 crore. 6,000 in every 6 months means 20,000 crore rupees every year. This is starting point. Now after say 6 months, I may say that we'll start 15,000 crore rupees project. It all depends how quickly we get the approval from local bodies and financial sanction from our owners.
Okay.
But this kind of thing will give you confidence that projects now have started also.
Okay. And so what is the status of Hindustan Steelworks Corporation Limited, which we have taken over? What is going on? Say something about the company. And
you see, company was doing some work and doing very bad as far as profit and loss. Total governance was not there. They were competing with NBCC with very low margins that we have stopped them. Now they are not quoting any projects with low margin, number one. And we have also stopped them quoting in small value projects. That is one part. And now we are targeting that this company should be specialized in steel projects. Right?
okay.
But if you see the comparison last year to this year, their profit has increased in this quarter by how much percent? 11% quarter to quarter. No.
Okay.
200%. Last year their profit was minus 10 crore rupees, and this year they have earned around 11 crore rupees profit. So their profit has increased to 200%. Right? Their turnover may have decreased, but now they are doing quality job with more margin.
Okay. So any VRS you need there, any mandates for fund you have to transfer from NBCC, anything is there?
First of all, they have only 40 employees, permanent employees.
Okay.
If I am not wrong, maybe 36.
Okay.
My colleague has corrected me, 24 employees they have only.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So low employees. Right.
No question of giving them any assistance for VRS.
Right.
And my target is that they should not do work with, contract employees or temporary employees. They should do work, whatever they can do. I am not very keen to promote that company in other, small jobs and loss-making jobs.
Right. So the company has been, we can say, already turned around.
You see, we have taken this company with, 36 crore rupees, I think we have given to government to buy this company. And I think more than that we have already earned. Their net worth is more than 200 crore rupees. Cash they have. If I calculate 51% my margin, share, so still I can take 100 crore rupees dividend anytime from them. They have 300, 400 crore rupees property with them. So this is totally turnaround for them also, and very good business model for NBCC.
Right. It is a very win situation for NBCC, we can say.
Like private companies, they take over. Similar, mechanism we have applied, but I am not aggressive and excited to promote that company.
Okay. And sir, one more thing, we are again splitting our share from 2 to 1, and just last year we have split from 10 to 2. What is the purpose of the splitting to 1 right now?
You see, government norm says that if your present market share value is more than 50 times of your face value, you have to split that. So for example, today our face value is 2 rupees, and if you multiply by 50, it should be 100 rupees. Whereas our share price is 210 rupees or 20 rupees. So we have to split this. So
that is logic we can't understand, but anyway, it is government company, so you have to work according to their wish.
Yes,
their
I
wish.
think this is good governance, that why a company or any organization should have, 1,000 times face value share market value.
Okay.
Not affordable for armed public also. Now it's more affordable for public also.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anupji, and nice chat with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Rohit N. from IDBI Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to ask these questions. Sir, when we begin this year, we had a target of 250 to 300 odd billion in terms of order inflows. So if you could just highlight on what is the status of this railway station redevelopment projects, or maybe the UP projects that we were talking about in the last quarter.
You see, railway projects we have started. One project in Lucknow, that is redevelopment of Gomti Nagar railway station, has been floated tender, and in 1.5 months' time we'll finalize that. That work will start, and subsequently 1 or 2 more tenders will be floated. So that scheme of redevelopment of a station has started, and we are the only public sector company in entire sphere who has started this kind of work in railway station. Right? That is one. And I hope that in next financial year, we should start all 10 stations. As far as redevelopment and other projects in UP are concerned, the cabinet approval is in process in UP government, and it is expected any time. And we are also being approached by number of financial institutions. I think last time also I mentioned, they have taken some land parcel from number of builders in UP, Noida particularly, in lieu of their debt, and they want to monetize or develop those properties to get their money back. And now they have approached NBCC, at least 2 big financial institutions, banks, and the quantum is very large, and I hope by end of this March, at least 1 or 2 projects we will sign. This will be new beginning for NBCC.
So if you could just quantify this number in terms of numbers, because even without touching Dharavi project, we had already some 25-30,000 crores in pipeline. So with now this new prospect that you have talked about, if you could quantify, it will be of great help.
See, this financial institutions assets are concerned. Initially, these are in 100 acres, 200 acres area. Now you can, calculate what kind of rates are in that area of land, and then development costs. So numbers will be very high. But unless we sign or prepare one agreement, I don't want to disclose that, because it will affect our future prospects. But definitely we are getting this work, and this will be, not only win-win situation for both of us, but for NBCC, this will be something like, you see, in private, you must have heard that Godrej and Tatas are doing with private developers, but we are not doing with private developers or private landowners. So this will be only with the government companies and clean, land and clean projects.
Okay, sir. Going forward, this real estate segment, that is, which used to be 20% of our revenue, now it has come down drastically. So what is the outlook over there, sir?
You see, last couple of months or couple of quarters, we have not purchased any land parcel, and we are not keen to buy, and we are not targeting. So our target is to finish all these land parcels and complete projects or start projects and sell the real estate assets. will not invest money in buying land. Rather than this, we would like to have tie-up with, like I said, banks, financial institutions or government departments who are willing to tie up with NBCC for development of their properties.
Okay. That's it from my side, sir. Should there be another questions, I will get back into the queue.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Prem Khurana from Anand Rathi. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thanks for taking my question. So just want to understand if we had any orders during the quarter, because, I mean, if I remember correctly, last quarter we were sitting on around 75,000 crore rupees of order backlog. And I think in your opening remarks, you gave us a number of around 80,000 crore rupees. So have you seen any significant order inflows during the quarter? And how much of it is already kind of tendered out? 80,000 crore?
Last quarter, we have received approximately 5,000 crore rupees orders. And as I already said that in last 6 months, we have tendered out about 10,000 crore rupees project.
Okay.
Which has started.
Sure. And overall, sir, how much of our order backlog is already tendered and how much would be kind of pending?
The order book is approximately 80,000 crore rupees.
Okay.
And now our target is in next 6 months, 10,000 more crore rupees projects to be tendered out.
Sure. Okay. Okay. And so in terms of awarding, you said, not awarding, sorry, I mean, you spoke about this financial institution approaching you. So these are basically the half-constructed projects, or these are kind of greenfield projects wherein the land has been acquired and then you would have to go and design the entire space and do the entire construction?
All the projects are greenfield projects where we will do right from concept to commissioning. Means we will design, we will construct, we will sell. So there is no project which is half or partially completed or started. And we are not, on that we will not take any project which is partially started by any financial institution or developer.
Sure. And the 10,000 odd crore rupees of orders that you've given out in the recent past, I mean, have you started recognizing numbers from these, or do you expect these to kind of start contributing on Q4? Because, I mean, if I look at the number, it seems as if these are yet to start contributing, the likes of Pragati Maidan.
Please repeat your question.
So basically what I want to understand is, so you've given out Pragati Maidan, you've given out this WTC as well, but then if I look at our P&L numbers, it seems as if we've yet not started recognizing revenue numbers from these projects. So by when do we expect these projects to start contributing in a big way, wherein, I mean, we would be able to get...
You see, the numbers are there in this quarter also, but may not be significant because all of us know that initially 3 months to 6 months, every project, whether we give for 24 months time or 36 months time, initial time is required for preparatory work and foundation work like excavation. Even Pragati Maidan, for that matter, 2,500 crore project, initial 6 months required for excavation, preparation, design, etc. So some small amount of revenue recognition will come, and rest will come in subsequent quarters. So you will see in this quarter, and after March, you will see, huge amount of revenue from these projects.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you. That's fine.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Atul Tiwari from Citigroup. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Sir, my question is again on the revenue and the margins. Sir, first on the margins, the impact of employee cost provisions that we have seen in this quarter, is it likely to go up more, or this is a steady run rate? I mean, should we build?
No, it will not go up. It will not go up.
Okay, but this quarter's number will recur, or is there some one-off component belonging to the previous periods in this quarter as well?
There was some previous period expenditure also, but now it will not go up.
Okay. So, sir, I'm just asking for some help in how to think about this number, because so if I take the absolute number, should I just work with that number, or should I reduce it by some amount which was one-off, or how? And if yes, how much was that one-off?
Will you repeat your question?
So, sir, the absolute employee cost in this quarter that we have seen in the P&L, if there is a one-off component, how much is one-off in that, which belongs to the previous quarter and which will not recur?
In the previous quarter, the employee cost is 55 crore.
Excuse me, this is the operator. Sir, your voice is not clear. Can you come a bit closer to the phone, please?
The employee cost in the previous quarter is 55 crore.
Now it is 75 crore in this quarter. And the increase is due to pay revision. Third PRT, seventh pay revision.
He is asking that this increase of 20 crore rupees will continue in all subsequent quarters?
Only 13 crore will continue.
So there is a one of component is 7 crore rupees.
Okay, sir. That's what I was saying.
Yes.
Okay. And, sir, on the revenue number, any idea, this 10,000 crore rupees of project that you have awarded, when can we see the impact of this, in the revenue of the company? Is it likely to happen in the fourth quarter itself, or will it spill over to the first quarter and the second quarter of next year?
You will see that substantial amount of increase in fourth quarter, and in next quarter, in first quarter of next financial year, it may increase further. So every quarter it will increase further.
But we will see a decent bit of impact in the fourth quarter revenue.
Definitely.
Okay, sir.
For everybody's information, and just to share, if you see that results of company in last 2 quarters or 3 quarters are even 30 crore rupees or 50 crore rupees employees cost has increased because of pay revision, but our profit has not declined to that, level, rather it has increased. That is number one. Number two, this total employees cost has, increased only because of pay revision. If we reduce the pay revision, if we exclude the pay revision, you will see that the employees cost has reduced from the previous years. So what I am trying to say that company is trying to do the work with a small number of people, with calibered people, with more effective manner, instead of increasing the size of the employees, we are trying to do more technology-based construction.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Gurpreet Arora from Quest Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, thank you for this opportunity. So can you throw some light on the 10 railway station development works which you were to do? What is the current status on that?
Repeat your question.
Your voice was not clear here.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now, yes.
Yeah, can you update us on the railway station redevelopment work, the 10 stations which you had backed? What is the current status right now?
Hey, I have already answered this question. I think you're not there. Out of 10 stations, we have tendered out one station of Gomti Nagar, which is likely to be finalized by March, and work will start in month of April. And other 2-3 stations will also be bid out in this financial year, say by March. And I am expecting by end of this next financial year, all 10 stations will start.
And any plans to back stations beyond these 10?
Yes, they are approaching us. Government is asking us to take more stations because they have seen that except NBCC, no one else has started any work. So, but we are waiting at least 2-3 stations we should start, then only we'll take more stations. Because we have a lot of other works to do. So, we don't want to take, works which is not, cannot be started immediately. So, but definitely we'll take more stations. Instead of that, we are taking, works like recently we have taken one work from Uttarakhand government, elevated road of more than 2,000 crore rupees. So these kind of works we are very keen to take.
So the completion timeline of these railway station works is also 2 years or less than that?
The construction timeline we have fixed 2 years.
Okay. And apart from the PMC margins, you were also to get some marketing fees on these.
That's right.
So that when you start the construction work, you get it then, or how does the payout happen there?
That we will get immediately once we sell the property. So that we will start in second quarter of next financial year, say from July to September.
Okay. And my second question was on the road.
Excuse me, this is the operator. Mr. Arora, may we request you to come back in the question queue, please?
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Siddharth Bhattacharya from Suyash Advisors. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, out of our current order book of close to 80,000 crores, how much is the redevelopment part in that particular order book?
You see, I will not say, I will not call this now redevelopment. I will now have changed the terminology. These projects are self-revenue generation projects, right? So out of 80,000 crore rupees, self-revenue generation projects are approximately of 50,000 crore rupees.
50,000. Okay. And out of your total order book, as of today, how much can be started, wherein all approvals are in place and financial outlays by the customer are in place?
My today's estimation is that in this calendar year, we will be able to start work more than of 15,000 crore rupees.
15,000. Okay. Okay. And finally, sir, my last question, I just wanted to understand what is our current employee strength and what was it a year back?
You see, we have around 1,900 odd employees. And out of 1,900, we have around 1,000 or 1,100 employees who are in the category of officer or engineer, finance or HR overall. Okay. And approximately 800 we have workmen, supervisors, foremen, etc.
Okay.
So total strength is approximately 1,900. And year back, this strength was more than 2,000 employees. 2 years back, 2,200. And 5 years back, it was more than 25 or 2,600. Okay. So now we are reducing number of unproductive employees. And overall strength is also we are consolidating and decreasing.
Wow. That's good to know. Thank you so much, sir, for answering my question.
Thank you. We take the next question from the line of Ashutosh Adsare from Sharekhan. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, so could you throw some light on the revenue fall during this quarter? I missed that reason.
In top line?
Yes.
I said that because of, non-inclusion of indirect taxes amount in the top line.
Okay. Sir, could you give me the number on YTD basis? So if I calculate, it's 3,720 for FY18 and 3,933 for FY17 or 9 months. So if I remove 18% indirect taxes, is the amount 3,200? And so we...
If you are right, if you are comparing year-on-year basis, there is a decline of 5%.
Okay.
And if you add 18%, so there will be increase of 13-14% in top line.
15% precisely.
Correct?
Yeah. So on the like-to-like basis, can you give me what is your FY18 year-end target and FY19 target?
See, FY18 target, approximately or more than this, we are expecting increase or whatever you say. It will be in same, trend, whatever you have seen in 9 months. So okay. If you include the GST or indirect taxes effect, it will be, at least 10-15% up. And if you don't, then you will see the same number. But next year, because this will be comparison broadly without indirect taxes, you will see at least 30% or 40% increase in top line.
Okay, sir. Yeah. That's it from my side, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thanks, friend. And I think I tried to give answer to all the queries raised by you. But some of the queries you may not be able to raise because of short of time. You may approach management or company separately. And I will hold a separate meeting with the investor as well as brokerage houses in coming weeks in Bombay. That is one. Only 2-3 things I would like to share with all my investors that as far as company's growth is concerned, I am quite satisfied that we are getting orders. There is no doubt, but only doubt everybody is having that the implementation pace is not commensurate with the order, incoming. So that we have started in last 4 months time, and in subsequent time you will see that it will grow like anything. Number 2, now our focus is to control our overheads, of course, which was not increasing also in last 3-4 years, but now we want to control more on that employees cost as well as overhead, so that should be more profit. Number 3, now we are targeting only large value projects, and that to self-revenue generation or where the budgets are available with government. Government is talking to NBCC on all the fronts. For example, there is a proposal to redevelop or to use surplus land of paramilitary forces, military also, like railway stations we are doing. And as I said, we are talking to financial institutions also to use their land or stress assets to monetize. So these are new areas in which we are entering, and you will see the growth in next coming years, quarters, every year. You must be aware that recently we have signed agreement with Government of Assam for development of one building, World Trade Center in Guwahati. And that also will start. It's about 2,500 crore rupees project. So these are initiatives which company has taken, and I hope that in coming quarters and years you will see much better NBCC.
Thank you very much, sir.